evening, everybody. Welcome to another gaming stream, Halo 3 ODST. It's the third one. We're over halfway done with it. I think, we've got 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think I'm going to try to get 8 and 9 done, and then we'll do 10 and 11 tomorrow. Because I have off tomorrow. So hopefully I should be able to get this all done. Not that I'm trying to rush it. I'm having fun, but it's interesting how some of these Halo games are going by faster than I expected. So, but who knows? Maybe I'll get really stuck on... Oh, I gotta click on this. I'll get really stuck on one of the missions and everything will go completely bonkers and, you know. But we'll never know unless we try. Okay. So mean. This game is so... Can we hide? Hopefully the game's not too long. Right. Okay, so we need to go that way. Jeez. Oh, I got this one too. Okay, cool. Suckers. No, not that. I want to do the map. Okay, I don't think there's anything else out here. What I do need now is a health station. Yes, I know my health is in critical condition and I am profusely dying right now. Just like Rudy Giuliani. Where's the other guy that I hit? Is he over here somewhere? Yeah, there he is. Okay. I thought I... A little better. Okay, so now where do we want to go? We're gonna head this way. So I guess that's a door that we could open. Route closed. You'll use alternative. Yeah, but let me open. Why can't I open this door? Ew, bite me. Okay, well, if we can't go that way, we're going to have to go around where there's now a Covenant around. Sneak through here. That shouldn't be too bad. All right. He says before getting there. I am almost full up on grenades. Alright, so we do want to... Yeah, but which way, though? Do we want to go this way? No. Yes. I think that's a health station. Maybe?
Please remain calm.
Listen, what you're doing, feeding all these hungry people, it's really a noble thing, but you can't stay here. The fighting is going to spread across the water into the old city.
Would you be a dear and run to the wine merchant?
I'll answer your question in a second.
This lamb would be perfect with a 23 Ida Syrah.
I understand. You're too heavy to walk very far, but there are other options.
You could carry me, perhaps?
Virgil, you listening? I need you to divert a city vehicle to my current location. A forklift, or maybe an Oliphant.
Garbage truck. I think I am insulted.
If you stay here, you'll die. You need to get to the train station or the waterfront. It's much closer.
Look at me. Nobody will give me a place on a boat or a bus or a train. I would take up 5 seats. I am not worth 5 people.
You can't just give up. Throw away your life.
What about your life? You seem determined to go to the one place you are most likely to die.
I'm going to find my father. He needs me, just like all your customers need you.
Very well, young lady. I am convinced. I too will leave Mombasa.
Good.
As soon as you do.
No!
First, you make your father safe. Then you come back and rescue me, my brave warrior princess, riding her fearless forklift.
Dear, just don't give up.
But if I run out of hope, I will still have kebabs.
Excuse me. Ow! Sorry. I'll be back soon.
Of course you will. Chicken, beef.
Please, just let me through.
Caution. One-way street.
Stop it, Virgil.
Warning. No U-turn
I'll
allowed.
find Dad. Then I'll come back. I'm not crying.
This
I'm
whole
not.
audio log thing is just, like, really bizarre. I don't get it at all. To answer your question, Guy, am I liking it? Yes, I really do like it. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with things. Yeah, that's the way you know, the fact that she can talk xenomorph and she like talked to the, well, it wasn't a chest burster or a lung burster, but you know, I think that's interesting. That's something that's, oh shit, that is something that they've done in some of the books hinted at. And also with Sigourney in Alien Resurrection, that she can kind of feel them because she's part alien. So yeah, I don't know where that's going to go. That's an interesting thing too. Where does it fit in the timeline? It's right before, apparently it's like 2 years before Alien. So that makes me wonder if, you know, that's why in Alien Isolation, there's logs that you can get from the Nostromo. And one of them is Ash making a log, you know, and also Dallas making a log talking about the last minute change to have Ash be the science officer on the mission. And so I'm kind of wondering if in this show they're going to like just touch on that briefly in some way. That maybe they picked up this alien. I don't know if they would have got it from LV-426. I'm guessing not, but I wonder if they figure it's somewhere in that area and they don't know exactly where they got it. I don't know. I think they're doing a decent job keeping some things somewhat like... Sorry, I'm trying to talk and also do stuff at the same time. I think they're doing a good job of keeping things like adding to the story, but keeping it mysterious, you know, and not necessarily giving everything away all at once. That said, we're at the halfway point, and I think they're going to have to start. They're going to have to start doing some. Some reveals, like some where is this actually really going type of thing. Okay, I really need to get some health in a big hurry here. Oh, good, thank you.
Need immediate medical assistance? Choose off the gas.
So yeah, and I've heard that they want to do another season or two of the show. Though I can't see how they keep it on Earth, per se. Ooh. Is there a way to get up to that level? We're gonna find out. No, can't get up that way. Go this way, maybe. What do you think about it, guys, so far? What's your take on the show? Somebody's sniping at me.
My bags! There were life in there! Give it to him, please! Get back! These ones... There's plenty for everyone! It's mine!
Welcome to your African Trust automated teller machine. Banking with pride.
Finally, an ATM that still works. Virgil, get Dad.
Please place your right camera.
Sadie, where are you?
Outside one of the casinos, down by the river. I can barely hear you, Dad. There are looters inside, smashing everything.
Covenant troops are spread all over the city center. I can see them on the monitors in my lab. You've got to get as far away as you can.
Forget it! I'm coming to get you. End of discussion.
Invest wisely. Open a personal savings account today.
Listen to Virgil, Sadie.
This looting is just the beginning, Dad. Pretty soon we won't need the Covenant to tear us apart. We'll do that all by ourselves. Virgil, you've watched me all my life, kept me safe. Now, you've got to save the city.
It's the cops! Run for it!
I'm getting busted.
That's a boy! Scare them all the way to the river. I know they can afford the ferry. Dad, can Virgil track the Covenant as they move? Stream positional data to the UNSC?
Yes, I might be able to reconfigure his traffic congestion cameras to isolate known Covenant vehicle profiles.
Maybe the August sniffers can pick up their soldiers too. I've only seen vids of the different Covenant species, but I bet they all stink in their own special way.
That's an excellent idea. Virgil, get right on it. Sadie, I know I've been busy and we don't always have time to talk. But sweetheart, you make me very, very proud.
Well, I just figure if we know where the bastards are, we can at least run away better.
That was a nice trick with the police sirens, girlie, but I ain't so stupid. Step away from that cash machine, or I'm gonna blow your pretty head off!
Okay. Didn't know that these were going to be so involved. Do you see cyborgs are human-based synths? No, I don't think so. Alien Resurrection, there were... They talk about how the androids unplug themselves from control of whatever so that they could be more autonomous and free or something like that. I don't think in any of the books, and I've read a lot of the Alien books, I don't remember them having what you consider to be like a cyborg or a hybrid. Now, it's not saying it doesn't, I don't recall off the top of my head. So, shh, quiet. Oh, so it's right around here, huh? Okay. Really like Raised by Wolves, but that was canceled prematurely. Yeah, and I was going to ask you, I heard Raised by Wolves was actually really cool. I never watched it, but I heard it was, I've seen little clips here and there. It seems pretty interesting. Be a letdown like so many other streaming shows end up becoming. Like what? Do you have an example or two? I could. The reason why I have some hope for this is that they're in prior art. They're in a known universe, and I think it'd be pretty difficult. Not saying they couldn't do it, but it'd be pretty difficult for them to branch out too far. You know what I mean? There is prior art that exists, and they can't just, you know, make it so that the Nostromo never goes to LV-426. You know what I mean? Okay, so there was, oh, this. I just, there we go. You know, some series don't have that set up already, so they sometimes just go off the rails with their story. I have heard that they're being a little dismissive of like Prometheus and Alien Covenant. They don't mention Siegs and Son, which is interesting because that is a company that exists. It may not be one of the 5 major ones, but you know, and we have not seen the 5th alien yet. We've seen the plant, we've seen the octopus eye thing, the xenomorph obviously, and then oh, and the bug sucker things. What's the 5th one? I don't think they've shown that yet, so that'll be interesting. I think the next episode on Tuesday is, from what the trailer I saw, it seems like it's going to be doing a deeper dive on what happened on the Maginot and doing a lot of flashbacks with that. So that should be interesting.
How bad?
Not good.
We're gonna get you out of here.
You know, the Alien universe has really been kind of all over the place. There were a lot of books that were written in like the 90s, and I read like 3 or 4 of them. I have.
We're almost there.
Let's go through, and then I'll keep going.
Put me down. Put me down for a second.
Dutch, medkit. What's wrong with him? He's got a punctured lung. Can't breathe. Better?
Now what?
Trains ran underground up to the old city. We're gonna find one of the tunnels. Walk on out of here.
You gonna carry me all the way, sweetheart?
Was planning on it, but now that you're feeling better. Get the door!
Johnny, you're gonna want to see this.
You better come take a look at this cliche.
This means we're screwed, right? Not yet. Wait here. We're gonna steal that ride. It's landing. Now's our chance. Mickey, you're with me.
Okay, so before I go on, I want to talk to Guy a little bit. First, there's a ton of stuff that was done in the Alien universe. There's comic books. There's these books that were written in the 90s. I read like the first 3 or 4 in paperback, and then they eventually came out with what they call omnibus, their mass market paperback of all these other novels. And I have 2 through 7, and I've read the second omnibus, but never anything after that. I need to do that just to, because they go through quick. You know, the Alien books are typically not like very deep books, but they're fun to read. And there was like this alien war that happened on Earth, and the humans won, and there's still pockets of aliens around. It got confusing. And then there was a bunch of books that started getting released in like 10 or 15 years ago, and that upped it a notch. They were written a little better. Kind of a couple strange stories in there. But yeah, really interesting. And then there's a role-playing games, which I bought all the material, but not to play it per se, but just to read because there's a lot of content they've added in those. So there's a lot of stuff. And I don't think they have I don't know if they have something where they consider it is a canon or not, but it's interesting, some of the stories that they have there. So there's a little bit of flexibility. Being canceled prematurely, I really like Wheel of Time, but it was canceled after season 3. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it actually went to season 3. Westworld was perfect in the first season, but the later seasons didn't do it for me. What's the one? It starts with an S. It's not. It's a longer word. It starts with S. It's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. It's not Severance. It's something else. Maybe it is Severance. I'm not sure. But I heard that's pretty good. I heard Silo's good. I do think that I think with shows now, especially something with Alien, I think they have to have a pretty tight arc and say, this is about as far as we're going to go with the storytelling, and then just leave it there. Obviously, a moneymaker is a moneymaker, though I don't know how you make money with these shows. Advertising, I guess. I don't know. But I think they would basically try to constrain it a bit and not make it go on forever, because you don't want to push it too far. You don't want to keep pushing it too long. So, Boy Cavalier is a punchable face. Yeah, he's not my favorite character, but he's doing it in an interest. He's not being one-dimensional. I'll say that. I don't think any of the characters really are doing that. I really like Timothy Oliphant. Babu Sins, I forget how you say his last name, but he's the captain of the Maginot, the guy with the fake half left arm, I think it is. I think both of those characters are doing. I think the person who plays Wendy, she's doing a good job. Chandler, Sydney Chandler is her name, I think. Yeah, I think all of them are doing a good job so far. It's just, it'll be interesting to see now, because they're halfway through. They got to get to the point of, okay, now we need to start saying, where is this going from here? What's really happening? And they need to show that fifth alien, because as far as I know, they haven't. And I don't think you've seen it on any of the screens yet either. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Gunny, I can fly a Pelican, but a Phantom? It's been years since I even ran a simulation. Well, let's see what you remember, Trooper. Move!
It's a nightmare!
Good luck, Dutch.
Sure. What's the hurry, right? I'll just sit here bleeding through my foam.
Better get going, Gunny. The sooner we get him out of here, the better.
They're killing us with that turret! Oh. Gunny! More of those floating squids! Should we smoke them? They're between us and that Phantom. What do you think?
Man, did they neuter the pistol in this? Terribly. Hey, stop it. Come on, really?
Boom!
Okay, I guess that's one better. All right. Sure, let's grab this.
Go, Mickey! Up the lift! Kill the pilots!
Here goes nothing!
I guess we don't see him.
Cabin secure. Flight controls read green across the board. Well, purple. But she's good to go, I think.
Okay, I'll grab a Banshee. You go get Dutch and Romeo.
On my way!
Target down! Yeah!
Okay. Okay, that does that. Okay, so B goes buoy. B buoy.
All set back there? Affirmative. Romeo, let's man these turrets.
Smile, you son of a bitch! Look at it go.
I never liked the flying the Banshee. Is it over? Hey, Mitch. Good to see you.
Banshees, coming through the tunnel.
That's the way we're headed. Take him out.
Head through the tunnel, Gunny.
a squid house. Give me an angle. I'm gonna burn it to the ground. That's right, you damn aliens. Doesn't feel so good, does it? Well, like the good book says, payback's a bitch.
I don't think it actually says that, Dutch.
I'm paraphrasing, you heathen.
Here, let's get a new one. I stay in an old vehicle when you can get a new one for free. Hey! You!
Damn! Covenant must have blocked the door to the next area. I see an override switch, Gunny. Hang on, I'll set a beacon.
Okay, we gotta go down there, apparently. These reasons. I could get a new one.
We're stuck here until you open that door, Gunny.
Yeah, shut up. Get a new vehicle. Give me a second.
Doors open. I'll go first.
Roger that. We'll follow your lead.
Speaking of Nathan Fillion, I watched Superman last night. It was a pretty decent movie. I mean, I liked it. I got what I wanted out of it, which was, a decent fun time. I like that it didn't take itself too seriously. The guy who played Superman did a good job. They didn't do this whole origin story. They just got right to it. Superman exists.
Got him!
Everybody knows there's metahumans, everything else. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I can deal with that. I like that. The story, I honestly did not really care for. I felt it was somewhat contrived and just kind of...
One more down!
It's all based on the fact that his parents...
Boom!
And I still don't know. Was the message that... Can you turn the music down so it's hard to hear? Okay, that's fine. I can do that. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm like, did his parents really say that they wanted him to conquer everybody? Like, I'm not a comic book person, but I felt that was kind of an odd thing to say, And did they fake that or not? I couldn't tell. I don't know. I felt like the whole story was, like, the premise and the antagonism and stuff was a little weak, but, overall, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Gathering around the crater from that slip space rupture. I wonder what they're looking for.
I bet the captain would know.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
Way better. No problem. Sometimes I don't know if it's exactly too loud or too soft, so getting feedback is a good thing. Just me, or all these levels seem very similar.
Gunny, another locked door. Hit the override.
Sure. Where? I think it's good enough movie to start the new DCU. Better than the direction they were going, that's for sure. I think they kind of like we're very mixed.
Damn, door's jammed. Must have lost power.
I'll head through on foot, see if I can find a workaround inside the tunnel.
Go on in, Gunny. We'll cover the door. Make sure no one gets in behind you.
Sure, thank you. I mean, I think it does. Black Adam, I think, was the end of it, in my opinion. I think that was just... I think that was, hey, let's get Dwayne Johnson to be in this role and he'll revitalize the DCU and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah!
Hey. I did not even see you.
You're mine.
Shit.
Catch! That's right! That just happened!
Oh God, I have nothing. Can you go out here? There any weapons caches out here? One moment, guys. Could you throw me down a weapon or two? That would be really helpful. That would be super helpful if you could do that. But you're not, are you? There's no weapons down here at all? Nothing? Really? Well, that sucks. Well, now is as good a time as any to remind people, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Making the slow march to 5,000, but any new subscription helps. If you've already subscribed, thank you for doing so. Right, do you not have any weapons over here? Seriously? Is there nothing? Oh, okay. I see the path. I see something. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, there you go. We'll get a new one. And I'll take that. No, I'm going to take this. Perfect. Okay, we're better now. Okay, if I remember right, there wasn't anything in here.
What?
I see the red. I don't see the red. Oh, I see the cloaked guy. Bye.
Gunny, check the far end of the tunnel. Might be a backup generator.
Don't think I can do anything to those. Okay. Remember when they were going to make a Halo movie? That's enough. They made a show, and I never watched it. I never watched the show. I want to get back to my...
That did it! Door's open.
God, you guys. Do you not know how to fly? Oh god, is there a scarab over there? Son of
Troopers, I got bad news.
Oh, what? You really are gonna make us walk out of this city?
We got a scarab right by our exit.
This is the best mission ever.
You know what? I didn't ask. Oh, you can just... I don't want to shoot the ship.
Boom!
Although this doesn't look much better than... Those look better. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me grab these. Right before I do that, I need a quick drink. Heard the show's good, but I never watched it. Canceled over 2 seasons. There were a few mischaracterizations show. I didn't think it was too bad. Again, sometimes I wonder when people are like, oh, this sucks, it's horrible, it's bad, it's awful, it's terrible, blah, 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 blah. Like they're expecting way too much from a show. You know, and if they just...
One more down!
Knock out its legs and it'll stop moving, Gunny.
Yeah, do that. Hit its legs, it'll stop moving. I secure him? I thought there was a way. But you could just go up behind it and start shooting, blowing up its secret radioactive energy source or something. But apparently that's no longer.
Easy. Got him.
Hoorah, Gunny! Let it burn!
Head into the tunnel before another one shows up.
Okay. Love to, but I got a bit of a problem here. I don't have a ghosty thing. Do you remember Raised by Wolves has some interesting religious undertones? Yeah, if I remember right. You're correct. Oh, there's some health over there. See what I mean? We watch it a few times. Master Chief shows off his butt. I heard they also show his face, which I know some people really did not like and were kind of upset by it, which you can kind of get. That's kind of his whole shtick, is that he doesn't show his face, you know. Is there any? No, I guess not. Oh, good, there's one in here. Just in case of people like me that...
Damn. We hit the squid jackpot. Take him out, Gunny, so we can get through.
Stay clear. This is gonna be one hell of a chain reaction.
And we're still involved in Minnesota .NET order between states co-camps. I will get to that as soon as all these cutscenes are done.
Keep her steady, Mickey. You doing okay?
Just glad we didn't go with your first plan. Look at those tunnels. Ones that aren't flooded are probably packed with buggers. Hell, I wouldn't go down there even if you ordered me to.
Come on, Veronica. What could be more important than that carrier?
My orders. And Buck, call me Captain.
Mickey, turn around. Find a safe place to set us down.
What? Why?
I lost something.
Now I know where to find her.
Okay. Oh crap, I never moved, sorry. Hold on, I gotta get the obs. I'm supposed to do this for video games. Put my camera up there.
Can anyone hear me? This is Captain Veronica Dare. My beacon is active. Need immediate assistance. Someone, please respond.
Oh, I need to give.
Sniper! Huh?
Okay, we gotta go that away. Let's go see some. Series was removed from HBO Max in 2022. Well, then where the hell would you watch it? Crap, HBO's doing that with a bunch of shows. Yeah. Or Blu-ray is the only way to watch it. That sucks. Why do they do that? It makes no sense. Telling you, even though I will buy media digitally, you know, like with games, I haven't done that with movies in a long time because I'm just like, streaming services will fuck you over. And yeah, it's just like they're just encouraging piracy. That's exactly what they do. You know, hate to say it, but that's exactly what they're doing. Am I involved with any .NET user groups or Twin Cities Code Camp? I never was involved with the .NET user group here. I spoke at it a couple of times, but I never was like part of a leadership team or anything like that. I did run a user group years ago here called the Languages User Group, which was small, but I liked it. We had it go for about a year and a half. It was kind of eclectic, but it was fun, but it was just too niche or whatever you want to say. And so that one eventually stopped. And then Twin Cities Code Camp, we finally last year said enough. We'd done it. You can go to twincitiescodecamp.com. The site is still up. But basically we just said, you know, and it kind of sucked. 2019, or like in 2017, we moved to Normandale Community College. And our attendance went down a little bit, but it was such a better facility all around. And we were getting like 300 to 350 showing up still consistently in like 2017, 2018, 2019. And I felt, you know, we're really hitting the groove now with this conference. We're doing a really good job. And then COVID. Now, of course, let me be very clear. COVID sucked because, you know, people died. And that's not a good thing at all, you know. So I don't want to trivialize that or sound like I'm trivializing it at all, because I'm not. But, you know, one thing it did do to a lot of conferences. Oh, hi. Damn it. I'm trying to talk and take this guy out at the same time. Where are you? There you are. Hee. Are there guns over here? Yes, this. You know, we ended up having like 4 years off because they just wouldn't do any public events. 2020, 21, 22. So 20, 21, 22, 20. 23 we were able to do it. I don't even remember. And remember getting a purple shirt from you. Okay. Probably. Well, let me get this guy and then I can talk a little bit more because I'm trying to again. Oh fuck. Right in the nuts. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. Purple shirt. I think I still have them. Must have been the languages. Yeah, I think the languages one we use purple. Few of the code camps enjoyed them. Thanks for all the work. Yeah, appreciate it. Give you no legitimate access. Yeah, legitimate access. Then piracy starts. So I think we were off for like, because we did 2019, and so 2020, 21, 22. So then the fourth year, 23, we could do it. And we got about 160, 170 people to show up, which is what I thought. I thought we would get a drop off, but I thought then we could start going up again. But all three of us, me, Sheila, and Mike, all part of the leadership team, we met in August of 2023, and we were all just like, yeah, we're done. We had done 24 events for a code camp, and it was, it was a great experience doing that. I really enjoyed putting on a code camp and getting literally over the span of all those events, well over thousands of unique attendees, and throughout the years, not at one particular event, but it taught me a lot. It taught me all about actually running a conference rather than attending one, and yeah, it was definitely an educational experience, and I'm really glad I did it. But I'm like, I don't want to keep pushing a conference if it's just like it's never really going to come back. And to be fair, I think with Code Camp, we probably would have been able to get another 4 or 5 years out of it, I think. But all of us, I think, we weren't burned out. We were just kind of like, yeah, we just really don't have a deep interest in doing this again. I think we're all just like, we've done our work, we've done our time, and I think we're happy with that, but it's time to move on. So we did. Conferences in general kind of suck. Not that they're bad. I want to make sure, because I still speak at conferences like VS Live, Prairie DevCon, things like that. Iowa Code Camp still does a show, but I think it's just becoming harder. It's becoming harder for people to put those on. There, he's gone. Oh, there you are. See, I wish this had a sprint capability, because more aggressive, which kind of sucks. What is a code camp? I don't think we have in Australia. I'll explain that in a minute. Just hold your horses. Wish I could have like a stuff and roll. Ah, god damn it, don't die. Don't die. just don't die. Just don't die. Okay. Now that nonsense is over. And this one must be better than the other one. So what is a code camp? That was actually an idea that started way back in like 2001 or 2, and it started in Boston. There was a guy, I think his name was Tom Robbins. He worked for Microsoft. And so initially code camps had this association with Microsoft technology, which really wasn't the point. It just, because it started with people in the Microsoft community, everybody's like, oh, you just do .NET. It's like, no, it's for everything. But there was there's a Code Camp manifesto, which basically said Code Camp should always be free. So you should always be free to attend. They should it's run by developers. It has developer content, no marketing fluff. It should be available so that you don't have to take time off from work. So typically they happen on Saturdays. And so it's like a buy-in for the community event. And that was it. There was no like process or anything that you had to go through to become a official code camp. But I heard of this. I heard of it in Boston, and I actually went to speak at one of the first events in Boston. It was like 2003 or 4. And I really enjoyed it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And so I said, I can't, and then I started hearing about these all spawn up across the U.S. And I went, I can't wait till somebody does it in Minnesota. And I waited and I waited. And I finally said, nobody's putting one together. I'm going to put one together. So we did the first event in like November 2006. So from my perspective, it's an independent conference that does have outside sponsors, but isn't run by big groups like Microsoft or Fawcett Fawcett. Wow, that's a name from the past. It's not put on by an in fact, you do in America what's called like a 501 or I forget. But basically you set up an LLC and you do a nonprofit, and and then you just run the event. They got really big. There's a lot of them, and then over time they all started to disappear. I think there's one, like I mentioned, in Iowa. There's another one that is in Orlando. I think they still do. I think they still do the Boston one as well. But I mean, there were literally like almost 100 at one point across the U.S. or something like that. I once did a search to try to find all the ones that were that I could find at least in the U.S., and there was a lot, but eventually they just all started to peter out. So not because it's a bad idea. On the contrary, I think the concept of a co-camp is a great idea. But I think you just got people that were not burned out with it, just in some ways maybe burnt out a little bit. Ooh, money. Would you really have money in the 26th or 5th century? I don't think so. And that's something too I've worried about a little bit, is the future of community events and developer events. Is you see this at VS Live too, is where's the next generation that's going to be running the conferences? Who's going to be doing this? Who's going to be putting them on? And not to say that there isn't, it's just, where is this, is this really even a thing that people want to do conferences? I don't know. I mean, you still see with conferences, you get good numbers, you get good attendance, but, where does it go in the modern age and from here? Okay, so there's got to be to my right. So it's got to be somewhere in here. Oh, hell no. No, fuck this shit. I'm not fighting them. Do not come back over here. I swear to God if you do. Oh, I hear it. I heard it. Seriously, I heard you hear this little bleep sound, and that's an indicator that's close by. Maybe I have to get up here. I don't know. Can't see a damn thing up here either. Indestructible glass. That's great. Okay, I don't think there's any way to get up there. Maybe here? Keep Oh, there it is. Watch that hand burn. Eek. The data hive, yeah, this one's a fun mission.
They've got me cornered. I'm low on ammo. If you can hear me, I'm on sub-level 9. Communication.
Complete data hive. I just started it. I don't think I completed it. I'm not quitting. I'm going to do this. I just want to see where I am with, like, when I say how many missions. So if I go to campaigns, so 9 of 11 completed. That's fine. I'll do this one, and then tomorrow we'll do the last one, and then that should be it. Well, that makes sense. I'm going to pause this just for a sec. I thought it was like a week-long training camp to teach. Yeah, see, the name started to get... I don't want to say stolen, but people started to create like boot camps, or you sometimes hear of like these 12-week code camps, and they weren't the same thing. I was not entirely happy with organizations that started to do that. Not that like doing an event like that was a bad thing, but that they used that name. They could have picked something else. I felt that was a little... I wasn't very thrilled with that, but so yeah, that's I mean, again, code camp. The idea of a code camp started in 2001 or 2002, and it was these one-day events that typically happen on a Saturday. What big conferences are left? Are they all run by Microsoft or other vendors? So VS Live is the one I still do. That's actually not run by Microsoft. They have a strong partnership with Microsoft, but Microsoft doesn't own it. VS Live, which I think was originally started by Fawcett, it's now owned by 1105 Media, and 1105 Media does a whole bunch of other conferences. I mean, I guess they run a whole bunch of them. VS Live is actually one of their relatively smaller ones, so that kind of shows you, they get, decent size of some other conferences with other verticals. So VS Live has been basically 4 cities a year now: Vegas, Redmond, San Diego, and then Orlando. And Orlando is actually Live 360, so that's a whole bunch of conferences at once, and that gets well over 1,000 people. There's Dev Intersections, which I don't do, in part because there is a little bit of a rivalry, if I can actually talk, between VS Live and Dev Intersections, and it goes back years. But that's another one, and I think again that's run independently. Microsoft has their Build event. Google and Apple have their events as well, but yeah, there really isn't the. I mean, there's KCDC, that's in Kansas City. I've never been to it. There's Momentum. I heard that one is pretty good. I think that's in Ohio. There's Beer City Code or something. I think that's in Grand Rapids. It's a smaller one, but that's a good one. And so there's other events like that conference, although they're not doing one this year. And I think with a recent announcement from Clark Sells, I don't think they're ever going to do another that conference. He didn't say that explicitly, but I got the feeling that's done. I could be wrong, but that might be done. See, that is over. Yeah, that conference maybe. Yeah, that's the one. And that was a great one. Got, I think, a lot of conferences got hurt by the whole COVID pandemic thing. But he said that he announced earlier this year that they were not going to do Wisconsin Dells this year. I think they're done with Texas. They were definitely not going to do that anymore. And that was sad because you saw like that conference becoming a bigger and bigger brand, and then they were going to start to move to Texas and do that as well. And I spoke at 2 of the Texas events, but again, they started that, and then COVID happened, and that I think really decimated that momentum. So Clark said this year they weren't going to do that conference, but with what he said, I think in a week or so ago, an announcement, I don't think he explicitly said that conference is over, but he basically, it sounded like, yeah, that event is over. There's one NDC. Oh yeah, NDC's another one. Yep, Sydney. I think they have that, and then there's also Oslo, London. I think Copenhagen they do as well. I've never done that one either, but I've heard that that's a decent show. And again, I'm thinking more of the U.S. territory than the country than I am like of other places in the world. But yeah, that conference, I think that one's done too. So there was a Minnesota developer conference here, but I spoke at it once, and I really just, long story short, I was never very thrilled about it. So, NDC, yeah, they did do 1 or 2 years in Minneapolis as kind of an experiment, and they're not coming back. I don't think they got nowhere near the draw that they were hoping for. So, yeah, they're not coming back here. And I think it was because of, I'm blanking on his name. I'm blanking on his name. I can see his face, and I can kind of see the name, but I'm just blanking on his name. But he did a lot of talks at NDC. He said, hey, I guess they were looking to do one in the U.S. And he's like, hey, why don't you come to Minneapolis? Because we're in the Twin Cities. And so they did it, and it just didn't work out. So, all right. Sorry. Let's move on. Find Dare on sublevel 9. Got it. Okay. The shotgun was always so good for the Flood. Not to say it isn't a good gun for this game, it just... Yippee! Yeah, I remember this one. This level was so much fun. Got more shotgun ammo. I know, Mitch, where you said you live is, it seems like it's pretty rural in a very small town, so, I don't know, other than when you said NDC in Sydney. I don't know if they have, there is a .NET user group in Adelaide, because I did speak virtually at it one year, like 3 or 4 years ago. But I don't know if they have any other developer conferences in any of those cities.
Alarm! Intruder! In tunnels!
I know you're over there, buddy. Is that a health pack? Oh, okay. I don't like wasting sniper ammo on them, but it is what it is. I think the mission after this one is you have to escort. Haha, nice. 2-1-1. Because you gotta escort an elephant, or however they say it, and then you gotta defend an area for a long time. So I'll leave that one for tomorrow. This one's, it's not creepy because I know what you gotta, I remember what you have to do in this, more or less. But it definitely, the first time I played it, I'm like, this is a little creepy, you know? Two and one. Love it. Getting low on the ammo here, though. Okay. I think the bugs show up on this one, if I remember right. I guess the health didn't help. Blow out the cable. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed just yet, please do so. Would greatly appreciate it. Trying to get the 5,000 subscribers, so... Just like that, any new subscription helps. Blow up the channel. And if you've subscribed already, thank you. I appreciate you for doing that. I never liked the plasma guns, but I'm gonna have to take them because I don't have anything else.
This way! We have it trapped!
Do it, Virgil, now!
Construction ahead. Expect delays.
I'm gonna die, you hear me?
Grenade! They killed him!
Think about that. You just killed somebody by punching them. I mean, that's pretty brutal.
Look over there, he's right there!
Take what I can get. Really not doing good on the gun situation. What do you got? We'll take that. Fine. Gun, that, okay. Okay, you're over there. Health. Thank you. I also think with conferences that, you know, I'm starting to...
Thanks, Trooper. They almost had me. Been trying to get down to the next level checking my team, but this stack is locked down tight.
Welcome. Access granted.
Huh. Guess you have the magic touch.
Okay. Access to what?
Stack's unlocked. Hit the switch.
That. Got it.
Buggers!
Yep.
Look out! We got a bug from... Oh. What's wrong with you, Virgil? You trying to get me killed?
Warning. Hitchhikers may be escaped convicts.
Virgil's gone rogue. I was gonna say something and then I totally... Oh yeah. You know, people streaming, having their own channels and Yeah, but there's something about
Jump
just...
down, trooper. I'll follow.
Yeah, but there is something about going to a conference.
Can't see a damn thing. You go first. Good shooting!
There's something about going to a conference.
Son of a bitch! These are my guys. Buggers got all of them.
Why are you going in there?
What are you doing down here, anyway? Don't want to tell me? That's all right. We all got secrets.
Oh.
Trooper just went down.
I think it was like 2000.
Can't see a damn thing. You go first.
Yeah, conferences can definitely be pricey.
Bitch. These are my guys. Buggers got all of them. Now I gotta check on the dock myself. Can't be over yet. We did it.
Dude, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing down here, anyway? Don't want to tell me? That's all right. We all got secrets.
Okay. Wisconsin's going to be online and bigger audience. Yeah, .NET Conf, November. Yep. I actually spoke at that 2 years ago. And that is, I think, a good example of having a conference online that's run well. But I don't know. I like going to a conference and then, you know, going out later and getting food and hanging out with people and having a couple drinks and just start talking. And, you know, I enjoy that. You can't really get that with an online conference. So. MVP Summit is a really good conference, but, you know, it's only for MVPs. And, oh, good, health. They used to, you know, you'd have to pay for your flight, but they would pay for a hotel. They'd pay for busing to get you at the to the event and stuff, and you could have your own room. And now it's gone to, you have to get your own hotel. You have to pay for find your own way to travel to the event. God damn it. That was
Hostile out of cover! Nicely done.
I love when they just keep shooting them. That's hilarious.
Good work, people.
On a boat cruise? Yeah, I think they did that like once, a couple years. But I think they almost did it as somewhat of a novelty in a way.
Confirm, we got more Covenant.
I love how that guy just bolted all the way through it.
The pack will.
It's very unlike a
all of them?
brute.
Over here.
We did it!
He's in cover.
I see more of them.
Come on.
Look out!
Yeah, it just keeps going, doesn't it? This mission seems like they really didn't put a ton of thought into it. Because it seems very repetitive, you keep doing the same thing, and it's like, why? It just... I know you're trying to find this person, but...
You're going down to level 9 too. Huh. Guess I could use some backup.
Welcome. Access granted.
Just in case more fly out.
You hear that? Buggers! Down on your level! Oh no! They're up here too! Coming out of the damn vents! Get back! No! Ah!
Crime doesn't pay.
Wow. What? Crime doesn't pay? That's a little harsh. Yeah, with this level, I'm kind of like... Okay, another one down.
Proceed with caution.
Thanks. Preesh, big preesh. Okay, we're gonna switch to that. That was a mistake.
Kill it! Do not let it pass! We must not allow it! to evade us.
Fuck. I got stuck on something. Now I'm gonna have to go through this whole damn thing. Yeah, Jesus. That's a brutal checkpoint. Maybe I can do a little bit better with my grenade tosses this time.
Proceed with caution.
I thought. I saw the question guy. I'm just. Yes. Stuck him. Oh, so terrible.
I see him. Don't let him get away.
Okay, okay. Give me a checkpoint, please. that'd be sweet. That'd be really nice. I'd love a checkpoint. And some more anything. It's pretty cool down here. How's Halo rank compared to other games you played, like Alien, Batman? Sure, any other first persons? There's a couple puzzle games I did that were first persons that were fun. Ranking, I never like ranking stuff. I hate to say it. Just because, you know, they're all good in their own ways. They're all good games. The Batman games were good. The Tomb Raider games were good. They're all, I don't know, they're good. I don't really have a preference one way or the other with them, you know. I'll have to say this, I don't know if I've played a game so far in any of the ones that I've streamed that I didn't like. Ooh, what the hell was that? Flamethrower, of course. Don't. Oh, you gotta. Well, that sucks. Okay, never mind. I don't know. Let's pick it up for a while. Let's see what this does. I almost forgot Halo had a flamethrower. Good. Checkpoint. Yippee!
Buck? Who knows if you can hear me, but I'm sorry. I should have told you more about this mission. More about everything.
No cat simulator. Well, the little kitty big city game was kind of fun. That was a silly game. That was fun. I've heard that the Lego Batman game that's coming out next year. My older kid was telling me it's bigger than Arkham Knight, I think. Like, it's actually going to be a really big game, and I'm going to be streaming it. I'm looking forward to that one. So. This gun sucks. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, if you can get kind of close to them, it's not too bad.
Welcome. Access granted.
Okay. I'll take that. Lego Batman looks sick. Yeah, it really does. I mean, it looks like that's going to be a really fun time. Silk Song's coming up. I'm not going to play that right away, but I'm definitely going to play it. Hopefully Dante Comp doesn't go overboard in the co-pilot stuff. You know... Sorry, I had to blast some flame there. Speaking of, you know, drama and flame war. So with VS Live, some sessions just repeated the same demo over. Yeah, I agree. I think there's just such an overhype of Copilot and AI these days at conferences. I really hope that we don't forget that we still need good developer practices and building on them. And, you know, I'm not saying the tools aren't helpful. That's not it. But I still think you need to be a solid developer to be able to use these tools well. They're complementary. I don't think they're taking over, at least not yet. And I'm not saying that because I'm an older person in this industry. I just think, you know, if you use them right, then they can be helpful. But right, especially with marketing and everything else, it is getting to be exhausting, to say the least. And yeah, I'll just say that. So, and I am personally hoping that it's not like you've got to say AI and Copilot like 10 times in a talk you do. I think that's being disingenuous, you know. Knock on door.
It's you. I thought... Never mind. What was your name again? Inside, now.
But flamethrower! Oh, my flamethrower.
This way, and stay quiet. Some idiots blew the building at the top of the shaft. Woke the whole hive.
As you can see.
Down there, that's the superintendent. The AI that runs every system in the city. My mission, our mission, is to secure the superintendent's data. Problem is, there's only one way in from here. Right through the hive. It would have been suicide to go alone, and I was hoping for more backup. But I guess you're it. You've been solo since we dropped. Fighting on the surface? Unless you spent all night hiding in your pod, you must know your stuff. Show me.
Okay, I think here I'm going to stop. I'm not going to try to finish this one. And then we can finish this one, and then the last one tomorrow. Because again, if I say save, quit, you'll start here the next time I play. And if we say again, ODST, it should say 9 of, yeah, because we'll complete this one in the next stream, and then the final one will be the big one. So yeah, I think we're getting close. I think this is a good place to stop and then finish it out tomorrow. I personally don't care for any of the vibe coding stuff or even the AI code suggestion stuff. It might be the future, but it's a good way to let your coding skills atrophy. I really am concerned about that right now, is this whole, I'm just going to let I'm just going to do prompts and I'm going to let it generate all the code for me. One thing I think people are forgetting is any technology that gets hyped becomes a big target for hackers. And if you're not looking at what, I'm not saying that the models are hacked per se, but that's a vector and you can't ignore it. If you're just assuming that anything that's coming out of it is going to be not have security issues, you're asking for it. I think that's a concern of mine. I'm just not concerned that it's going to take people's jobs, at least not right now. Some people can say, oh, that's already happening at these places. I don't see it. I don't see it being that good yet to be able to consistently replace a human. I'm not saying it couldn't get there or at least get close, but I think it's just an aid at that point. And I'm hearing this more from senior developers, higher developers that are just like, if they put the time in and studied and learned and grow and all that stuff, that they don't really get a ton out of Copilot. They don't get a ton out of these things. And if you're too young, you may fall under the trap of, oh, there's all this code that looks really cool. Well, does it even compile? And if it does, is it really doing what you asked it to do? Criticism doesn't mean negativity. Criticism is, and being critical is just making sure that you're getting what you think is right. And so, I'm at the point where it's like, I think these are they here to stay? Yes. Like, I'll put it this way, and then I'm going to end. I'm old enough to remember IntelliSense, like when it first came out. I started as a developer in Visual Basic 3. Like I did C and some other things before that. But my first job out of college was in 1995, and that was doing Visual Basic 3. That was before IntelliSense. I don't think any IDE had the notion of IntelliSense. And VB4 was the first one to do it. I can't describe how much I saw that and went, this is a time saver. This is so helpful. This is going to make me quicker. And it did. You no longer had to remember what all the parameters were to messagebox.show. You could look at what IntelliSense was telling you and see the documentation and go, oh, this accelerates things. This makes things faster for me. And it wasn't that it was just guessing at code. It was just telling you, this is what this method is going to need. And so helpful. That was amazingly helpful. And it's funny you say it's atrophied my programming skills before I could code Notepad. Writing search generators, you have to write tests, and I'm getting decent at writing code within raw string literals so that I can test them, but I still get it wrong. I still screw it up. I didn't see that those as being a negativity. I felt like that was actually like a very helpful tool and idea. So I find that to me was amazing, and that's here to stay. I don't think that these tools are ever going to go away, but I think there's an environmental cost that is becoming ridiculous and has to be, there needs to be a reckoning with this, and I don't know if there really ever will be, but I think it needs to find its place. I think it needs to find where it works well and where it really doesn't. And that's where I kind of think a lot of corporations and companies that's what they're really doing with AI right now, is they're all trying to find there's all this big push, but what's going to happen is you're going to find out, this really isn't saving us time here. This might actually be costing us too much money. But over here, this is actually making us accelerate. This is making us go faster. Okay, then that's where you use it. You know what I mean? I don't mind AI stuff. I just don't want to hear about it when it's not relevant to the topic at hand. Yeah. I would definitely agree with that. It has to pay for the huge costs, and that's the thing. I think part of the reason it's getting pushed so hard is because of the cost of it, and they have to push to make you feel like it's relevant. You don't want to feel like you're missing out, or they want you to feel like you're going to miss out if you don't get on the train right now. So, I'm sitting there going, nothing in the last 5 years has changed such that, like, technology wise, yeah, there's improvements and new libraries and stuff, but I haven't seen anything fundamentally change such that I desperately need AI to make me faster. I mean, that's the only thing it could really, I think, generalistically do for me. And I've tried to make it work. Sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. The one thing I always say is right now what's helping me is with PRs, because it's asynchronous. Having Copilot do a review on your PR doesn't hinder your flow. I make the PR and then I just have to wait for people to approve or make suggestions or whatever, but I can go off and do other things. I don't have to wait for it to come back. And that's what I really like about using Copilot for PRs. But yeah, it's, we'll see where things go with it. At some point, the bubble's going to burst and you're going to get the hype cycle and you're going to see where it ends up being. And that might be a decent amount of places, or maybe not as much. But I think right now it's getting way saturated, and there's too much that's going to make people go, wait a minute, you have to be critical about things. You have to say, is this really truly worth it in certain areas? And that's not being negative about the technology. It's just, you don't put a piece of technology in everything. I don't need AI in my toaster. I don't need AI in my car. People may want it. I don't need it. I don't need AI in my thermostat. I don't need any of this stuff. It's not, I think, relevant. So other places it might be. Anyway, this is turning into a programming stream. So anyway, I'm going to stop, bring back, no, not classic ASP. Dear God, those damn big Red Rocks books. Oh, those things were, do I still have them on my shelf? Yeah, I got a couple on the shelf. You know why they made them so big, guy? Actually, because I wrote a couple books for Rocks. You know why they made them so big? It's because back then there were these things called bookstores, and the computer programming section was actually pretty big at these things called bookstores. I did a presentation once in Washington, D.C. in the late 90s that one of the things was, as I stopped at this programming bookstore, is a little bookstore that was just programming and software development books. Never had seen anything like that, nor since. It was amazing. And so the reason they made the books so big is because that was free advertising space. You could make the title of it stand out compared to all the other books. That's why they made them with 15 authors and made them like 1,200 pages long, because they wanted the big, VB6 development on the side when there was VB6 around, and then that stuck out from everything else, and that's the one that they would grab. They were doing it for free advertising, billboard space. So in any event, I'm going to stop the stream here. Tomorrow morning, I will be hopefully finishing up the thing I've been working on with Auto Deconstruct. I ran into a fun snag with operations. Mitch, if you're, sometimes you stop by, I'll try to start earlier tomorrow. I don't know if you've been following some of the VODs, but yeah, it's one of those things that, man, did that get a little bit hairier than I wanted it to. But I think I can get that done, do that tomorrow morning. Then I'm going to go on a walk with my wife and relax tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll either in the afternoon or the evening, probably in the afternoon, I will be doing another ODST stream and probably finishing the game out. So with that, I want to thank everybody who's been watching, either now or a VOD in the future. If you have not subscribed to the channel just yet, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, so any new subscription helps. If you already have subscribed, thank you. Appreciate you for doing that. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow or in a future stream. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Hope to see you in the future.